no disrespect.
And yet, that is all you have shown since your return.
I have been gone for many years. I am only concerned about the state of our coven.
You are concerned? You have such little faith in your elders.
I have faith in my elders, but I question if the coven can survive these sorts of changes.
Questions are tricky things.
Then perhaps you can provide answers so that I have less of them. I would like to speak to Merrick.
You will see him in time.
I don't believe I have time. I would like to ask him what his intentions are with our coven. If it is what I think it is, we will not survive.
I will admit your dedication is admirable, but in vain. The Endax Coven has been a stronghold of magic for centuries. It will not waver, and certainly not to the likes of you. Give up this foolish crusade and make your decision. Are you with us? Or are you against us?
I am a high priestess. I am loyal to my coven.
Then you know you will do as you must. You have always been a strong-willed child, Ira. It is why we allowed you to go through with this frivolous adventure. Many of us have cared for you like one of our own. We have never questioned your power or your loyalty. Not until now.
If you have trusted me in the past, then you should trust my concern now.
The war must end, Ira. We would like you to be there when all this settles. You must carry on our legacy.
Of course.
I ask again, do we have your loyalty?
I am a high mage of Endax. You could have nothing else. I want this war to be done away with once and for all.
Then I believe Merrick will see you now.
Hunter, you've been bashing rocks against iron bars for hours now. If I wasn't already in a spiral, you would have driven me insane with the noise by now. Even if these weren't newly built dungeons, they're reinforced by magic. Nothing is taking them down unless the entire temple collapses on top of them, which would include us as well. I told you, in the lower dungeons, there's a lot of rock and stone in the way. So, it's all muffled. So I can't hear anything more than the usual collective of voices. There's no additional screaming, I can tell you that much. You'll break your hand at this rate, and then you'll be useless to both of us. We're not getting out. We're not escaping. No one is coming down to take us out of these cells. Unless it's to take us to the shopping block. Or in my case, out for a nice stroll in midday. Why do you care so much? You're a human. This world should be completely disconnected from you. You should be out having adventures or settling on a farm. Something that normal people can do. Why on earth would you get yourself tied up in this mess? Clearly it's done you a load of good. Never heard of a mage turning a vampire back into a human. Then again, clearly I don't know many people with a whole lot of luck. If they could, I don't know if they would. There's not much you can do to keep any of us safe. Yeah? And what's the alternative? Between you and me, you should have left her in that cave. You both would have been better off. Well, I'm so sorry to be cynical, but as you could probably assume, I don't have much to be optimistic about. We don't have families, we have legions. Or whatever word they want to use. Just groups of us tossed together to suffer as a unit. If I could, I'd like to go back. Maybe find some of the people that I was turned with. Yes, some of them are down in the dungeons, but others escaped. It'd be nice to see them again, to have people to exist amongst. But I'm not a fool. I know I won't see them again. None of us will. That is a very bold promise to make, Hunter. For the sake of humoring you, I'll hold you to that promise. Tell me about her. The vampire you came in here with. Clearly, she means a great deal to you if you've got stuck in this mess for her, and I'm not going anywhere. Tell me about your travels together. Oh, really? That long?
You don't have to do this. I don't understand. We haven't done anything wrong. Why are we being arrested? I demand to know what you've done with my friend. Please.
Oh, you all right there, love?
No, I'm... Who are you?
Well, from the looks of it, we're your kid.
You're not the first one to get sent down here with the rest of us. Though you seem to be in better shape. How many of you are there? There used to be more. Tell me everything.
Tell me again what it feels like. The sunlight. It's been a long time since I've gotten to feel it without risking the threat of dying. I do miss it sometimes. If I could, I would want to... What is that? You can't hear it. Something's gone wrong up above. Well, did you hear that one? What is happening up there? Don't be itching for a fight yet. You don't have your crossbow anymore, remember? Even if you weren't going against mages, you're pretty useless without weapons. Wait, don't! If the gate just opened on their own, it's got to be a trap. They're luring us out to kill us all at once. I'm sure of it. You can't promise that. All right. But if I get turned into ash, I'm getting all over your clothes and haunting you. I was led through the temples when I first arrived here. I think I remember where to go. This way. Where are all the guards? This place should be flooded with them by now. We need to get down to the dungeons. If our cell's open, then maybe they did down below as well. Should be right around this. You!
Calm yourself. I'm not going to fight either of you. Where's your friend? Onwin, where is she? If they took her away, she must be... Follow that corridor. Down to the left, all the cells should be opened. You'll find her there.
And why would we trust you?
You don't have to trust me. But if you want to find your friend and get her out of here alive, down the corridor, third door to the left. You'll find her. Don't come back up here when you're done. Continue on. There's a back entrance to the dungeons. There's a tunnel that leads to the grain stores. Follow that path, it'll lead you into the forests. Now go, both of you. I hope you both survive. And Hunter, here. That's a good knife. Don't waste it.
Everyone, stay calm. We're going to get you out of here.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you. Oh, thank God. Yes, all the doors just opened, but none of us have been able to get up to the ground level. We figured the mages would be waiting to pick us all off. How did you know to come down here? It doesn't matter. Are you sure? All right. Everyone, we need to get out of here. Come, this way.
I'll lead them. Everyone, follow me to the tunnels.
What was that? You're right, I don't want to know either. There's still a few hours before sunrise. That should give people enough time to get out of here and get far away before any mages can catch up. I'm so glad you're all right. Yes, I'm fine. They didn't hurt me. It was strange. They didn't even talk to me. They just put me in the cell with the other vampires and left. None of us were hurt, or I don't think so. None of us were hurt when I got there, at least.
You, Hunter.
Who's this?
You must be Onwin. They told me a great deal about you. My friends were in the cell with you. You kept them calm during the chaos.
I think I was just the only one who hadn't been trapped there for so long. I didn't do much.
Whatever you did for them, you kept them sane, and you have my thanks. And you. If you hadn't convinced me, I'd probably still be sitting in that cell. Thank you.
Where will you go now?
Back home, or at least what's left of it. All we know is we can't stay here. A few of the others have asked to come along. We'll stay safe in the forest for now until we can find proper lodging. You should come with us.
Thank you for the offer, but I think we're going to stay together. Keep traveling west.
Fair enough. I wish you both luck then. If the two of you ever need anything, find us. We'll do whatever we can to help.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck to you as well. Hopefully we'll meet again on better circumstances. Are you sure you don't want to go with them? I understand. I hope they find some peace wherever they go. And what about us? We only came out this far to follow the mages, and... Did you hear that? It sounded like someone... It's coming from this direction. I don't want to go back, but I'd like to go back to the temple. Maybe we can try to find Fia. Whenever you were knocked unconscious, she was also taken down to the dungeons, but some mages took her back right before everything went to chaos. She seemed scared. But I don't know how much of this was part of their plan from the beginning. Well, while I was in the dungeons, they were telling me about... Oh, God above. Is that Ira? Oh, seems someone got to her before we had the chance. No, she's still breathing. I can hear it from here. Oh, with a knife in her back, I'm not sure how much longer that will be the case. No, I don't think so. If it were any of the other vampires, they wouldn't have bothered stabbing her and leaving her without drinking her blood. What are you doing? Are you forgetting that she's the one that had us imprisoned?
Actually, it would be incredibly easy to leave her here. Watch, we can do it right now. We're going to take her with us, aren't we? This is a bad idea. This is such a bad idea. Well, she is a blood mage and... All right, fine. But we need to find somewhere to hide before any more come around. I've got a bad feeling about this. This cave should be safe enough. It's far away from the temple, at least. Set her down here. I'm going to get some water and firewood before the sun comes up. I promise I'll be safe. Are you sure you're okay to be alone with her? I don't mind. Very well. I'll be back soon.
Thank God, I thought she'd never leave. Calm yourself. I'm not in any state to fight you. If you haven't noticed, the knife is sticking out of my back. No, it hurts terribly, but I'll be fine. As much as I adore my own independence, I'm going to need you to pull the knife out eventually. I am well aware of that. I'm just trying to delay that fact for as long as I possibly can. You know, if you were going to withhold care, you may as well have left me in the woods to drown in an inch of water. You don't need medicine. I just need you to pull that out as quickly as you can. I'll try to heal it before I lose too much blood. I'm sure. Just don't let me savor the moment. 3, 2. You enjoyed that far too much. Hang on. There, that's better. It's healed, for now. I've just had a knife pulled out of my back. I would appreciate a moment to collect myself.
There, a moment. Now tell us what happened in the temple.
Onwin. I was just starting to miss you. I thought you were off to collect firewood.
I was, and then I heard you scream and came back for the show.
Oh, sorry to disappoint with such a fast performance. I'll be sure to suffer for longer next time. Hang on. That should do the trick. What are you looking at?
A threat.
I'm injured.
And yet still able to conjure fire. Do you have any more contradictions?
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
It's not mutual.
Should have expected that. I'm fine, but healing magic only goes so far. I don't know what happened.
You're a mage of Endax, one of them. How do you not know it happened?
I'm sure you can paint a clear enough picture for yourself. Either way, it's nothing that concerns you. As soon as night falls again, you both can be on your way. Whatever trick you believe I conjured, you're mistaken.
So you didn't have us arrested? You expect us to believe that? The moment you were out of sight, the mages turned on us. I highly doubt that was merely a coincidence.
I didn't. I wouldn't have had you arrested. Certainly not put in a dungeon, and certainly not left like that. I don't know what happened then. One moment and then I don't know what happened.
I have a hard time believing you.
Believe me as much or as little as you like. I wouldn't stab myself just to gain your favour.
Are you sure? If you try again, it might work this time.
And here I thought you were the one with the poor demeanour, Hunter. She's got you beat by a mile. By comparison, you're a ray of sunshine. Well, that doesn't feel right either.
What?
More like a moonbeam.
Enough! You owe us an explanation.
I owe you nothing. I've paid my debt.
Then what about Fia, Rain, all the rest?
What?
Were they part of this as well, or did you leave them behind?
How dare you assume I would cast away their lives so carelessly? They were the first ones I sent away the moment I realised something was wrong. Well, clearly I did not follow my own advice.
So they turned on you? The elders?
They believe I have turned on them. A misunderstanding.
Yes, because whenever I miscommunicate, I always stab someone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not forgetting that you wanted to leave me for dead.
As an act of self-preservation.
Good. You'll need that. At least one of you should have some kind of caution.
Caution from people like you?
Oh, like me? Be more specific, vampire. I can't tell if you hold contempt for me being a blood mage or for my personality.
Why not both? As far as I'm concerned, I'm still willing to believe that you brought us there on purpose. That you sent all of those innocent people there for your own personal gain. The war never ended. You just lied to...
If you do not trust me, that is fine. But do not assume you know my intentions or beliefs. While you hid yourself away in a cave, Miss Unwin, I was losing countless friends to a war that I was born into. I have fought day in and day out to be rid of this bloody conflict, only to find it sunk its claws into my people's throats even harder while I was away. They refuse to believe that the war is over, and now lash out at anyone who would suggest peace. I am sorry for what you have gone through. I truly am. But you have no right to accuse me of dragging this nightmare on for a second longer.
I'm sorry. I didn't...
Don't apologize. I lost myself. You have just been thrown into a disaster. You have every right to hold your doubts. If we can move past the arguing, if only so I don't keel over from the pain. I'm assuming you have more questions.
Can blood mages truly not turn vampires back to the way they were?
Vampires are dead. You are no longer amongst the living. You exist as something completely different now. I could not turn you back if I had all the powers in the world. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
When we were at the tavern, you made it seem like you were lying. Holding information back just to taunt us. Part of me had hoped that was the case.
That is my fault. To be honest, I thought you were both fools. I thought leading you on would make you both search elsewhere. Clearly, that did not get me very far. Were it up to me, neither of you would have been in that temple, and none of those other vampires would have been imprisoned.
So, you didn't know?
I had no idea. I didn't know until they told me.
What was her?
There may have been a moment where one of my spells to open one door opened all of them. I told you where Onwin was being kept because I knew if I didn't, you'd be the one to stab me in the back first. So I would consider that another act of self-preservation. Now, I have a question for you. Why not leave me to die? You found me bleeding, vulnerable. It would have been so easy for you to walk away or finish the job yourself. No one would blame you after all that's happened. Well, then you truly are something else. You have a kindness that has certainly not been shared amongst your fellow peers. What are you going to do now? Now, I'm going to try and do what I can to catch up with the rest of the mages. Either the elders or my allies. I'll meet back with Fia, or... No. I need to head to the Western Temple. Most all the vampires we sent back here were moved there for some reason or another. Probably because that temple could hold more. I need to figure out why they're keeping them hostage, what they're planning to do at all.
You're going to do it alone?
They believe I am dead. They won't be expecting me to follow. Why? Don't be stupid. You two are not coming with me.
Why not?
Well, for one, you both are just as likely to stab me in the back the second I turn around as anyone else I know at the moment. Secondly, I have dragged both of you into enough trouble as it is. You are a human hunter with no concept of how to combat magic. And you are a vampire with no desire to fight for your own life. After today, when the sun goes back down, the two of you should go off and do whatever it is you would like to do. I am more than capable of handling myself now that I know what I'm facing.
You were stabbed.
I'll be better next time.
You really think you can do that?
I can certainly try.
At this other temple, are there more vampires like me? People who are to become a legion?
We rescued them from legions, but yes.
If we help you, can you swear that you'll actually help them? That you do as you promised?
I can promise that.
Then we're coming with you. Exactly. If I hadn't escaped when I did, there's every chance I would have been there with them, isn't there?
It's more than likely.
But if you're telling me that there are more vampires who need to be helped, I would rather us go to them. I don't want to be in a cave anymore.
And you feel the same? You're both fools.
But you're in no position to deny help.
I am still struggling to understand why you would want to help, let alone be able to deny it. Fine. We'll wait out the day until we can find the nearest village. We'll get more supplies, food, and then I suppose we head west.